So going back to the theme of instant miracle mystic, it's being the puppet, being willing to be the puppet of the puppet master of the divine. The great thing about that is you can let yourself be the puppet, but you have control to not be the puppet. You can let yourself have strings on your hands and be walked around guided to do the things. The thing I love about being a puppet is it's very like the ego doesn't like being nobody wants to be a puppet. I don't want to be your puppet, but if your ego can be can be willing to be a puppet, that's a level of surrender. That's a very strong level of surrender. And then it's a surrendering so that you can be guided. So yesterday I had people raise their hand for who they who wanted to come up. But before anybody raised their hand, I was like, okay, Doc needs to come up. How did I know? I just know. Right? Because I'm surrendered and I'm guided and I'm intuitive and I'm letting that information come. I'm an open channel. So a lot of it is also surrendering the need to get it right or the what if I get it wrong or what are people gonna think. The first instant miracle mystic, I was working with someone up here and talking. I don't remember what the issue was that she needed help with, but we were talking about it, and I got a vision in my mind of a giant rolling pin just like rolling her out like dough. And I thought to myself, well, that's so bizarre. That like I should just dismiss that crazy thought. And then I thought, well, what if I just say it out loud and see if that means anything to her or to anybody else? Like, see what happens from that. So I said it. I'm like, I just got this weird intuition of like that I need to roll you out with a rolling pin or something, like an image of. And she was like, wow. She's like, that just there's something that just really feels right about that. And I was like, what? And I was like, well, that's weird. I'm like, well, I don't know what we do with that because I don't have a giant rolling pin. And then someone in the audience was like, oh, I have this giant wooden dowel rod that I use to roll out like massage uh things, whatever. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's right up in my room. I'll run and get it. Ran and got it. And she laid down and then I rolled her out like a rolling pin. And it healed whatever the thing was she needed. So, and that was like the very first session of the very first day of the very first Instant Miracle Mystic. And I really set the tone of like, anything's possible. It's weird. It could be bizarre. Who knows? But trust your intuition. If you have a thought, if you have an idea, if you have a question, it's probably there for a reason.